Hi guys, today I'm going to introduce that second illusion using the circles and the checkerboard background. First thing to do is go to the middle table, grab a couple circle templates, one or more, doesn't matter, and pick a spot where you want your first circle to be. I'm going to go ahead and trace this one right here. And then, why not, we'll do a second one down here too. Alright. After you do that circle or circles, your next step is to split them in half. Does not need to be perfect, but draw a line up and down and side to side to split those in half. Now I'm only going to demonstrate this on one circle, but however many circles you have, you do the same steps too. So first things first, pick one side and you're going to kind of draw this curved line like so, making sure that it starts at the top of the circle, goes all the way down to the bottom. Then you're going to kind of put a finger on top of that line to get your spacing for your next one, and then follow that line. Again, making sure it starts at the top of the circle and goes all the way down to the bottom. Making sure that you have that little bit of curve to it. This is what helps the illusion of these circles popping out from the background. So it's important that you don't just do those straight up and down lines. Now, you really only need two, but you can do more, but you want to make sure that you keep these spaces fairly big. Okay, then you go to the other side and you do the opposite. You curve them this way. Again, following that curve of the circle. Put a finger down, draw your next one. 2 is perfectly fine. Okay, now I go to the top half of the circle, and from this side to this side, I'm going to follow this curve of my circle. So I'm going to do kind of like a rainbow line. Notice it didn't go way up high like a rainbow. It's kind of like a squish rainbow line, just from one side to the other. Then I put one finger on top of my line again, draw another one above it. 2 again is perfectly fine, or you could make a third one up here. Doesn't matter. Now, lastly is my bottom half of my circle. Now I'm kind of working with like a smiley face type line. Again, most important, making sure it goes from one side to the other side. And then down here too. Remember I said about a finger. I'm going to go ahead and add a third one on this one too. But that then completes my circle. Now, I told you I'm not going to do this one, but I just want to very quickly show what it looks like when you do not go to the edges. So up here, my lines went from one side all the way to the other side. Sometimes I see students do this. Now that doesn't quite work because these lines are not touching the edge. And it's going to make it harder to color it in like a checkerboard. So just be cautious that your lines go all the way from one side to another. Now, once when you get all of your circles looking like this one, you are ready for the ruler. Then, because I'm a lefty, I like to start on the left side. I hold my ruler down really tight with my other hand, and I draw these up and down lines all the way across my paper, making sure I stop when I hit a circle, and then continue below that circle. Okay, it does help the illusion to keep these lines about the same thickness, but it's okay if they're not perfect. Now if you're a righty, you're going to want to do the opposite. Start on the right side, hold that ruler really tight with your left hand, and draw your lines starting from over here. This way, like how I was doing it, you can see how wide your lines are as you're drawing them. Okay? But again, keep doing those till you get all the way across. Then you can either turn your paper or simply turn your ruler, but then we're going to draw lines going this way. Again, we want to keep them about the same distance apart, and like before, we stop when we hit our circle. So I'll do one more here after this one, just so you can get an idea. Okay, but you can see down here in my corner, this is what starts to create my normal checkerboard in the background. So continue doing those lines all the way across, and then it should look like something like this, and then you are ready to come show me. Double check to make sure your name and class code's on the back, and then I will have you put it on the done pile. All right, have fun, guys.